This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. You can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Join Meat Sauce and KFAN this Sunday at the Lowe's Earn Your Sunday Tour outside U.S. Bank Stadium, right across from the Legacy Ship. From 2 to 4 p.m., enjoy NFL fan experiences, photo ops, and play Madden 26. You could even win a trip to the big game in Santa Clara. Details at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Oh, they'll be laughing that day. That'd be so much fun. I wish I could be there. When is that again?
You're available.
When is that, Tenby?
That would be this Sunday.
Oh, what a bad break for me.
2 to 4 p.m.
Yeah, that's a bad break for me. I'll be sorting. No, I'm sorting socks.
Oh.
I'm also, believe it or not, I like watching paint dry. It's a hobby of mine. And then, of course, they're delivering a boiling hot vat of asphalt to my house.
All that instead of going to see Meat Sauce.
And there's that wide open window that they have. They say, deliver. They don't just say, we'll be there at 2 o'clock. They say, we're going to be there between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Right.
So I can't leave the house, which is a bad break for me. The legendary Mark Rosen is here. And, once again, I shouldn't have listened to you.
What's that?
You basically said Kirill Kaprizov, lock, stock, and barrel. The contract's done. The framework of a deal. Well, where's he going?
Nowhere. I'll tell you what.
He's not going anywhere until his contract expires.
Yeah,
we trade him. Yeah.
No. Well, here's my exchange with Kevin Gorg, who I will fully admit he's the one who's we were texting about our fantasy football teams, which is boring as hell, but to anybody else, as we all know. But I asked him what the hell's going on with Kaprizov. I'll read it verbatim. I said, is it okay if I use you as a sort? You want me to name certain? No, go ahead. I don't care. He goes, he wants to stay. His agent might have another plan. I won't worry about it until he hits the ice for training camp without an extension. Remember, the last deal he signed was on the eve of camp. He ain't going anywhere. I said, well, I feel like 8 years, $120 million is the lowest it'll be. Remember, if he gets hurt in camp or during the season, it would cost him millions and millions of dollars. His agent would be an idiot to not get this done. So Kirill turned down 8 for 128. My guess is it ends up being 8 for 126, or he signs a shorter deal, 3 for 51. If they cannot, then he says add it. Sure. If they cannot connect on a deal by next week, the Wild absolutely have to start looking for trade partners. But, he basically said he ain't going anywhere. Now,
Gorg also said that a racehorse loses hundreds of pounds during a race.
I would equate that.
And he also once said, when PA asked him, what if we get out to a 2-0 lead?
He won't ever live that down.
And he said, well, it's always great to have the lead, but I think the Wild should try to keep the game scoreless as long as possible. In other words, even if they've got
so you're saying his track record is
even if they have 5 hole wide open, they're supposed to just miss the net. It could very well be.
Yeah, and I think there's other people now nationally who are kind of conveying the same idea.
They're saying this agent always plays hardball.
Yeah.
This is just his.
And Guerin's apparently not commenting at the moment, to reacting to this story.
If I were the Wild, I would rather sign him to a 4 or 5 year deal at half the price. That's what I would do.
Well, that may very well end up being the
as
situation.
Tenneby mentioned earlier, and Tenneby's talked about this on numerous occasions. There's some hip issues with him. Again, he's a great player. You want him on the team, but
right
at 8 years, I mean, where's he going to be in 8 years? It's like, how old is he now? 20. What is he old? Tenneby, how old is he now?
He's 28.
So by the time the contract expires, it'll be 6?
Well, actually 37 because it'll one more year till it would kick in.
Not everybody's an Ovechkin. His maybe one of his idols, hockey idols. But yeah,
I will say if he leaves, he may as well board up Grand Casino Arena.
Yeah, I mean we're fortunate to find to have a superstar that if he can stay healthy, which we know he was on track last year for a spectacular season. But not since Marion Gaborik, because the Wild had anyone that fills the seats to go see that kid play hockey. And, I would say with camp opening next week, let's, as they say, pump the brakes and wait. But even some of the other reporters nationally are saying, we feel it's going to get done.
Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know. Right. What do I know? We're not sitting in the room.
All right. Sort of like, when you're not watching the hen house.
Yeah. Well,
guess what happens? The big bad wolf comes knocking at your door.
Yeah. I don't know. I there's always gamesmanship involved with this stuff, and McDavid hasn't signed it either, has he, Tenna?
Connor McDavid is overrated.
Yeah, I thought he was going to set the bar.
We're going to swap. Maybe we're waiting for us to sign McDavid first. We'll trade for McDavid, then Kaprizov will sign.
How about if right now Edmonton called you, Teneby, and said, we'll give you McDavid and we'll take Kaprizov? Would you make that deal?
And what do you think about it?
Okay.
2 seconds.
You'd take 2 even? I would take about a half second. I think.
Yeah, not even.
There's not many I would take over Kaprizov. McDavid is a slam dunk.
Right.
Would you take Gordie Howe in his prime?
Didn't see Gordie Howe in his prime. So
Gordie Howe in his prime was an animal. Toughest guy on skates. And when he didn't get many fights, but he didn't have to because he was one of the most maybe intimidating hockey player to ever lace up his skates.
Your guy Kenny Dryden died.
I know. He sent me that text. I saw
Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah,
Back in my day when I was paying attention to hockey as a kid, he was my I patterned my boot hockey goaltending after Kenny Dryden. As a matter of fact, there's no film of me playing boot hockey, but if there was, you would say that looks like Kenny Dryden.
Well, he was for lack of a better term, a technician in the nets. I mean, he wasn't like Marc-Andre Fleury in terms of his spectacular acrobatic saves. He was just a technician, I think is what the best way to describe it.
The numbers are spectacular. If you look at his numbers, 100%. They're almost unparalleled.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on the call with Al Michaels, too, in the Miracle on Ice games.
And you remember that well, that famous game? You were there?
I was, yes. I wasn't in the booth, no.
No, but you were there.
I was there, yes. Yes, I was there.
I remember that moment.
You don't remember it.
I don't remember it at all. I mean, I know we won, but...
Yeah, it was a Friday night, the Russian game.
We had a comedy show at Mickey Finn's Comedy Nightclub, so hockey was the furthest thing from my mind. The closest thing to my mind was a whole multicolored galaxy of uppers and downers and screamers. And I got to admit, when it happened, I didn't. I know it's wrong to say this, man, unpatriotic, but I just kind of rolled my eyes, shrugged my shoulders, shook my head. I wasn't back in 1980, my mind wasn't into sports. Well, you know what my mind was into? A whole multicolored galaxy of uppers and downers and screamers and ladders.
For me, that was the first time I saw actual patriotism. I mean, because I grew up, obviously in the Vietnam era. My dad was a World War II vet, so he was very patriotic. But I was like anti-war with the Vietnam War.
So you turned this into a political thing rather than just a hockey game, a sporting event.
It was a political thing because Russia, in particular, they weren't even going to show up, and they had invaded Afghanistan, and that was the old USSR. That was a CCCP.
Been away so long, I hardly knew the place.
And that was the first time, the now overused at times, USA. That was the first time that chant had reverberated through an arena or a stadium was during the Lake Placid.
It was a dreadful flight. Paper bag was on my knee.
Yeah, it was.
Mm-hmm.
I heard you talk with Brian Oak about musical lyrics.
The legendary Brian Oak is what I like to call him. You're legendary. He's legendary.
You don't have to always say legendary.
Well, that
just sounds a little.
It's almost
overwrought.
Seems like your first name.
Well, only you.
You know. This text messenger. See, now this is getting. I want to see the response from you guys because you guys are
Right.
Leopold ledger letters.
I'm just telling you what Gorg said. I'm not saying.
This one says Kaprizov is 32nd in points scored over the last 3 NHL seasons. How does that up to being the highest paid player or biggest contract ever? Fire up Tenneby's excuse, computer. Is he really 32nd in points scored over
I'm
the
sure he
last?
was because he's been hurt for
he's
half
missed
the season.
ton
So
of
now we want
games.
damaged goods too. I'd say let him go. You know how to tell his agent?
Traded for a couple number ones.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah. They can't afford that. They just, salary being what it is, and salary cap, and it's a lot of money. Think about it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens there. Your guy, J.J. McCarthy, the accolades continue. He's the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I got to admit, I could have been more surprised that he won it. I don't know what.
Hell of a performance.
Well, fourth quarter, yeah. I mean,
Come fourth quarter, bring it to the ticket.
I didn't.
By the way, Kaprizov last 3 seasons, 7th in the NHL in points per game.
Yeah, so what's this guy throwing out this bad information?
Well, everyone can skew stats to try to prove your point.
Right.
So they're doing some skewing, are they?
I guess they are. I didn't look at all the. I mean, I had, like I said, this is the first year I played fantasy football. Good for me with a bunch of our guys and Gorg and a bunch of other guys. But
You've never played before?
once, maybe 20 years ago with my son when he was 20.
What made you want to do it all of a sudden now at the ripe old age of
Because
75?
the guys who were talking North Sports with Gorg and Lavelle, I beat the hell out of Lavelle on Sunday. With thanks to Lamar Jackson and the other guys. But anyway, I didn't really break down the NFC performances by other, the quarterbacks, et cetera. But, McCarthy had, we know the leadership and blah, we know what happened, obviously, in the fourth quarter. His stats were minimal at best, really. But, obviously the committee who votes on these things look at other things. And then the fact that he was on national TV probably didn't hurt in his stirring comeback. So, not bad start to get NFC offensive.
Well, where do you go from here, though? And you know what? Where would you rather be? Speech in the huddle?
Right. That probably put him over the top.
Well, you can't use that anymore. Right?
I think he's going to probably
think about it next time.
Copyright that.
Think about when they say it when he says it the next time and the guy looks at him and says, well, I'd rather be 2 touchdowns ahead is where I'd rather be. But anyway, we'll take a break. We'll come back with more with the legendary Mark Rosen, Tenneby, and the comedy here on The Fan.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive. And when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity. With Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance that keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com.
Lenovo.
Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Vikings football is back, and we got your shot at tickets to Sunday's game by showing us your purple preset. Set KFAN as a preset on the iHeartRadio app, screenshot it, and post with hashtag KFAN purple preset to your social media. And make sure to follow and tag KFAN. Winners will be DM'd this Friday. Get the full rules at KFAN.com, keyword contest.
My guess is your guy, J.J. McCarthy, can't copyright. Where else would you rather be? My guess is he got that from Jim Harbaugh. I'm sure
Harbaugh had all sorts of sayings like PJ does.
He probably used that somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
He was probably, they were about to take on the Ohio State University, and they were in the, they were there with the shoe, and he goes, where else would you rather be? Yeah. And then they all got excited and pumped up.
Well, JJ's a pretty...
And then they steamrolled Ohio State. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
The hell question was I going to ask you? So when the Power Trip Morning Show celebrated 20 years together, we did like a 6-month celebration. We had vibes about it, big party at Treasure Island Resort and Casino, gave away trips to Vegas. I mean, it was basically, it took over the radio station.
Correct.
Tennessee and I just celebrated 20 years together, toiling in anonymity, as it were. And,
and I'm sure the station
not even
acknowledged it.
Well, no, and not even, we're not even asking for the big 6-month celebration and parties and trips to Vegas and celebrations at casinos. Just a little, hey, nice job, guys. 20 years, that's pretty good.
Right.
Didn't even get that.
It
just goes to show you where the pecking order.
Was this come as a surprise?
In the radio station, there's the Power Trip and you and Barrero and PA, and then there's Tennessee and me.
I've been with you,
and I would be.
We go way back to 97, 98? I don't know when it was. We started working together a long time ago. You were the old location on off of Xerxes in 494. Yeah. Right? Is that where it was? Yeah.
Well, our very first location was on Frontenac.
Yeah,
611 Frontenac. You weren't at Frontenac.
I was not there. No.
That was our first location. Now, Frontenac was where it was a house, an older home that was converted into a radio station, and so there were 2 stations there because back in the day I think we had 7 stations at the time, and there were 2 of them were located at Butler Square.
Oh, I do remember
3
that.
3 of them were somewhere else, and then we were over at.
That was still clear. Was that Clear Channel still?
That was even before that. It was Evergreen, I think, at the time.
Wow.
There have been like 5 different companies that have owned these properties, and K102 was in the upper level, and then you'd walk in the door and walk straight downstairs, and that's where the fan was down in the dungeon. And I'll never forget, like if it would rain really hard, if we had a gully washer, I'm not making this up. The studios would flood. And we were always worried, well, should we be walking around in ankle-deep water when there's electrical equipment? Oh, don't worry about it.
You'll be fine.
But the best story was, and Fallness can attest to this, he worked at the fan way back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was Tim Spence's right-hand man. Mm-hmm. Tim Spence was the Viking radio producer for the Viking Radio Network. So that was his full-time job. He did everything Viking football related, and Fallness was his right-hand man. As a matter of fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Spence then went to Denver to do the Broncos, and I think Fallness went with him, and then Fallness made his triumphant return that we're all excited about. But there was a time where the toilet overflowed upstairs,
of course,
and it dripped down into our studios downstairs, and I'm not making this up. So this is so. If you're eating lunch. Set your lunch on for that. So we've got we're in cubicles. In Spence's cubicle just happened to be right where that bathroom was. Right. So all the from the toilet came down and it just saturated. He had like things thumbtacked, pieces of paper with charts and stuff thumbtacked to his wall, and those all became urine stains. And he never took them down; they just sat there.
You're kidding me?
Oh no! Well, I don't know if he knew they were urine stained. I did
at that point.
I didn't
think
want
the
to
smell would have
it.
given it away. But.
So that was, and now we have this wonderful palace here.
Yeah, we do.
It's another place, but that's what it was back in the olden days.
It's pretty sweet.
It was indeed.
Yeah, I worked in a lot of different, couple different places that were not exactly exotic. The old KQ studios were not anything special, that's for sure.
Elon Musk is no longer the richest man in the world. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Yep, and now is Oracle co-founder Larry Ellison, who was, by the way, a high school dropout. And that is what Larry, that's where what Larry and I have in common. After that, there's nothing else, obviously.
What, Elon lose too much on what, Tesla or something? Or what?
Yeah, Ellison is worth $393 billion. This is according to Bloomberg. They track these things. That's several billion more than Musk. He had been the world's richest man for 4 years running. Mm-hmm. Story says stock in one of Musk's biggest holdings, Tesla, has been moving in the opposite direction of Oracle's, dropping 14% so far this year. The switch in the ranking came after a blockbuster earnings report from Oracle, powered by multi-billion-dollar orders from customers as the IA race.
AI or IA?
I'm
AI.
sorry, did I say IA? I meant AI, artificial intelligence.
Right.
So there you go. That's your richest man in the world contest. Pretty good rankings to be on the top of. It'd be nice to be top 25 in college football, be on top, or power rankings for the NFL.
I don't think Elon's probably worrying about his next mortgage payments.
It wouldn't be bad to be
richest.
The richest guy on.
Someone just, there are two people won over, before taxes. I think someone finally won the lottery, the Powerball, over $1 billion, I think, this time. So, yeah, they'll be broke in 2 years.
Yeah.
They better not be.
What is wrong with people?
What's wrong?
It's gross. You didn't even mention the Kirk shooting. It's because you're a loony lefty. Biggest news story in the country. First of all, I didn't know about it too much. I didn't even know who Charlie Kirk is. I don't follow those kinds of things.
Right.
He's a crackpot conservative. What is he? A talk show host, or who is he?
Well, he's a conservative, for lack of a better word,
Firebrand.
influencer.
Okay.
And he was speaking. He does these events, I think, when I catch on social media, on college campuses, and he engages many times people who don't agree with him on a stage, and he puts a clock on it or whatever it might be. So I'm just reading right now. He was at an event at Turning Point USA at Utah Valley University in Orem, O-R-E-M, Utah. And they have a shot of it. And it's honestly, it's really graphic. He's sitting on a chair on a podium outside, and someone shot him in the neck. And they caught the alleged shooter. It was an older gentleman, like white hair, mostly bald, but they had him handcuffed. It was not your typical, you would think it would be some college kid, whatever. But I had no word on Charlie Kirk's condition at the moment. But yeah, that happened about a half hour ago. It was not good, to say the least. This is, sadly the world we live in every capacity on both sides. It's horrifying.
I'm a political atheist, quite frankly.
Yeah, well, again, this is just...
Well, I just am. So the idea that I'm a lunatic... What do you call me, loony?
I know, that's...
I'm...
And there really is very little information on the fact that he was shot.
It's an awful story.
Oh,
it's kind of just where the world is right now.
Definitely, yeah.
We had the shootings over in Brooklyn Park. Not to mention all the school shootings. There have been since Columbine. There's been 400 school shootings. Think about that.
I was with you. That's what I said. I was with you that day when that happened.
400 since Columbine, I believe. So there's been plenty of them. So anyway, we'll break. We'll come back. One more segment to go here on the Common Man program on the Fan.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? When you buy business software from lots of vendors, the costs add up and it gets complicated and confusing. Odoo solves this. It's a single company that sells a suite of enterprise apps that handles everything from accounting to inventory to sales. Odoo is all connected on a single platform in a simple and affordable way. you can save money without missing out on the features you need. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity with Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance. It keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
Man.
Join the fans, Zach Halverson, at Yellow Ribbon Rib Fest this Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. Stop by for great food, live music, and your chance to secure some KFAN swag from Halby. Get all the details today at KFAN.com, keyword calendar.
Couple 13, 14 past Common Man program. I'm Common. These tend to be along with Mark Rosen. Somebody has said, what do you mean you've never heard of Charlie Kirk? You're lying. I'd never heard of the guy before. I don't pay attention to. I called him a crackpot conservative. People are mad. I call anybody that is politically motivated
lunatic
on the left
liberal.
or right. I call them conservative crackpots and lunatic liberals. It's not meant. It's for me. It's a term of endearment. It's awful he got shot, but just because I'd never heard of him before, I don't understand.
You're not going to lie about it.
Yeah, no, I had never heard of the guy before.
I'm sure you haven't heard of a lot of.
And I would have guessed you hadn't heard of him before.
Yeah.
So anyone who listens to you shouldn't be surprised by that.
If you don't follow social media to that extent, I mean, he's an influencer, like I said. He does a lot. But that's a lot of people have signed off of social media for lots of reasons. So it doesn't mean because you haven't heard of him. Number one, you don't feel bad that this just happened. It's horrific.
Well, of course.
But number two, it doesn't mean that it sways your opinion about anything.
Yeah. I just I don't. I really try to stay away from. I don't do any social media at all, other than I send out
some fun.
I send out tweets during games.
Right.
Otherwise,
and golfing pictures.
I don't. Yeah, but what I mean is, I don't go. I think you, Teneby, and a lot of other people will use social media as a news source, looking for things. You'll scroll through it. I never do. I don't. Well, if you look at my Twitter feed, I follow no one. I don't follow.
Well, anybody. I do use it for mostly, and you could tell the switch over the weekend, like when the Vikings were playing, and that game evolved from, God, why did we draft J.J. McCarthy to, man, looks like we got ourselves a franchise quarterback. But everything in between, where all the other kind of noise that usually surrounds social media dissipates when the Vikings are playing.
Right.
And that's when, honestly, I don't want to engage any more in that than I do with anything else for the most part, because that's a, exercise in futility. Until you see something that happens, you go, I remember like the touchdown pass. I think the only thing I even wrote the other night was when McCarthy hit Aaron Jones, and I remember being out there with 10. I'm not sure you may have been gone that day when McCarthy threw that exact same pass down the right sideline at TCO, and I went, I've seen that play a few times. That's all I said. Like, they were working on that a lot at training camp. That's it. No big revelation. But yeah, and then today when obviously the Kaprizov, again, the source that says that Kaprizov had turned down the deal, and that sets off a whole chain of tweets and exchanges and people weighing in on it, and it engages me to send Kevin Gorg a text, and he responds and gives his opinion, and I relay it to you and the listeners. That's all you can do. I mean, that's when I use it. Now, mostly, otherwise it's sewer.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't do me any good. What else was I going to ask you about? I saw a story. I'm wondering if this is gives you any cause for concern. Here's the headline. New York Liberty are set to enter playoffs healthy and confident, despite their number 5 seed. Give you any pause or cause for concern?
I haven't given it any thought, honestly, what New York Liberty's health situation is at the moment, because the Lynx have a ways to go before they have to face that team again, and so do the Liberty. There's no shoe-in about all that. The Lynx are kind of...
What do you mean they have a ways to go? They can second series.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's not. But it's still a ways to go. The Fever. Meanwhile, the Lynx they're rest. They didn't play Nafisa Collier last night, and they didn't play real well. They lost by 11 or something. They were getting killed by 24 points. Fever have the 7th spot in the WNBA playoffs. Of course, still playing and will out with. I think is Caitlin out for the whole postseason? She's out for the year. Sophie Cunningham. There's other top players are. It's not like, the Lynx are kind of mailing it in, but I think you knew this was going to happen, that Cheryl's getting her team ready for the postseason. So, hopefully it'll be an exciting run for Minnesota. I think they understand what's at stake, and they've had their eye on the prize since that loss to Liberty last year. And now here's their chance coming up. So they should fill Target Center pretty well.
I'm glad I'm getting some support from people on this thing. I'm still just
flabbergasted.
Well, just stunned that somebody thinks I would lie about Charlie Kirk. Here's a guy, never heard of him either. Here's one that says, folks,
a lot of people haven't.
It is not odd that Common never heard of Kirk. I haven't either until South Park lampooned him recently.
Oh, is that right?
Not everyone is listening to your echo chamber. People relax. Another one, same thing, says, sorry, I'm not familiar with Kirk either.
Right.
I look at his Wikipedia page. He's described, it says, Charles James Kirk is an American right-wing political activist, author, and media personality. With Bill Montgomery, he co-founded Turning Point USA in 2012, which he serves as executive director. So he's very active in politics. Is why I...
You don't watch.
Well, I don't watch, and it's like people think it's like disrespecting him because you call him a crackpot. I call the president of the United States a crackpot conservative. Bill Clinton's a lunatic liberal. You got the people that aren't
pretty. You've been pretty fair about that situation.
Yeah,
again,
it's awful that he was shot. This is crazy.
It's crazy.
Some insane person, or allegedly, again, he's got his day in court over in Brooklyn Park.
Right.
We had the guy that climbed on the top of the roof and shot Trump in the ear.
We think. Again, that whole thing.
What do you mean think?
Well, nobody really. That whole story is still kind of a head scratcher. That's what people are. I'm not just saying that. I think that's a lot of conspiracy theories. It cost somebody his life.
You don't. What do you think happened?
I don't know. I have no idea. It just disappeared off the news for right away, almost. We've heard a lot more. We didn't hear much about that kid compared to other assassination attempts. That's all I'm saying. And I'll tell you what, this Charlie Kirk thing is. It almost looked, and Tana, you saw it. Almost looked like CGI. We were so used to seeing blood in movies, et cetera, et cetera. Man, it's really graphic. It really, really graphic. He got shot in the neck, and it's like tennis. I either wonder how is he going to survive this. It's not good. It's just. I watched it once. I went, that's real?
Well, I can't watch it.
Oh, it's.
I don't want to see
people
it.
will. But it's.
I talk to people all the time that watch graphic. Apparently,
there's lots of videos out there.
Was the woman from Ukraine in the subway?
God!
And there was video of that. I can't watch that. I just can't.
Again, that piece of video to me. Our country. She gets stabbed in the neck and ends up dying. She's getting out of Ukraine. Think about it. Anyway, that's why we end up escapism is talking sports.
Yeah. Sports your whole life.
Well,
just sports. Tenneby and I talked about this earlier about you start the season with one of your conference or division foes, right?
Yeah.
And I generally, I mean, it's no big deal. It's kind of, it's fun, but at the same time, I kind of like when those games come later in the season after you get a chance to get your footing and you win some, lose some. And it seems like, I know week 1's as important as week 17, but I like the idea that they mean a little bit more. And, the Vikings have played the Bears now, but what I really like is they don't play the Packers until like sometime in November, right, for the first time. I think November is the first game, and they finish with them.
Yeah, January 4th.
So with the way both teams played, I mean, Green Bay looked pretty good against Detroit. Minnesota looked shaky early, but came on, and maybe they'll find the footing. It sort of seems like right now, it's only week 1, and you don't want to put too much into it, but Green Bay and Minnesota are probably your two best teams, and I like the idea that they won't meet till November, so we'll have something established with each team. I don't know, could they be undefeated when they get there? Could they have 1 loss, couple 3 losses?
But they do save a lot of those divisional rivals for the end. I mean, the Vikings play the Bears here November 16th. They play at Green Bay the 23rd of November. They play the Lions here on Christmas Day, 3:30, and then they finish up with the Packers here on January the 4th. So, when there's the most at stake late in the season, they still have those divisional rivals. So even though they open up, as we saw both teams, all 4 teams playing each other right off the gun here, they save kind of the best for last. So, and that's that happens again. That's the way it should be for all the divisions. You want Baltimore playing, for the division title and against a division rival at the end of the year, or the Eagles if they have one.
Yeah,
Washington.
By the way, the Lions, NFL doesn't. Why put them on Christmas? They already play Thanksgiving every day. Let their players spend some time with their families on the holidays.
Tell me, this is the National Football League. You heard
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
You heard what O'Connell said when they asked him about.
Yep.
Hey, if you're in the National Football League, you're not going to get a lot of sleep.
Nope.
Especially if you're a coach. You sleep in your office. You're always working on a game plan. This is important stuff, Tennessee. And so if you're a marquee team, guess what? You got to play on Christmas. You got to play on Thanksgiving. That's just the way she goes.
Yeah.
I like, though, how the reporters feel the need to feel sympathy for Kevin O'Connell because he has to work so much. I'm telling you, with him and Egan, his wife's doing all the work. She's the one dealing with the kids all the time.
Yeah, they have, 4
That's
of them?
much more work. Less sleep.
Yeah, I saw your wife out whining and dining
Where's the
last
sympathy
night.
for KOC's wife?
Yeah, she's fine, by the way. She's loving life. She's enjoying her family. She knows what she signed up for, as they say. And I think they're up to 4. I think they have 4 kids. I've seen them. And she's really good with them. And his dad's around. I mean, they come back to town a lot, so they have plenty of support. They're fine.
I think they'll be okay.
Yeah,
well, I remember I used to McHale once came out, like when he was a player. He was bitter about it. Why do we always have to play on Christmas Day?
Right. I remember that.
And I thought to myself, now again, they were making the kind of money. I think the most money McHale ever made I think I remember hearing him say or reading that the most money he ever made a single season was $3 million. Could that be right? That's what it sounded like.
McHale?
Yeah, I think that was because it was back in the 80s.
It was.
They weren't getting paid that money that they are now.
I remember when Kirby Puckett signed. He became the highest paid baseball player for like 2 days, maybe. He signed a $3 million a year contract with the Twins, and oh my God, the Twins are paying him $3 million. Yeah. Think about it. Last place shortstop gets that. More.
Another text message that says, regardless of your consistent predilection of terms of reference comment, I believe that you don't know who Kirk is. I believe that. But there was a time to park the monikers on the sideline out of deference for context. You could make that argument. That I shouldn't have called him a crackpot conservative, but it's just how I've always referred to people. So in life or death, I'm sorry. It's what I do. And,
yeah, it's a vicious cycle we're all in right now.
Is he? Someone said there had already been one. He said Wikipedia was reporting that he's dead already.
I've not seen a word. I mean, all I can tell you is I saw the video once, and it's very, very graphic. It's almost as if the bullet hit like the jugular. I don't know, but
Wikipedia, anyone can go on there and make changes in
100%.
a small period of time. So I wouldn't go with that reporting. But
yeah. Yeah, it's.
But to Rosen's point, it's going to be a miracle, I think, for him to survive this.
It was awful. Yeah, I mean, again, it shouldn't be. But that's, again, it's one of those things where that should be taken off. I'm sorry, people should not be exposed to seeing it. It doesn't do anybody any good. But
how are you going to do that?
You're not. That's exactly my point.
Yeah, you can't.
There were so many cameras running. I mean, everybody had their camera on him because he was debating someone and he was about to debate somebody, which is what he's been doing. And all of a sudden, he head jerks to the left and just, anyway.
Well, it also goes to the point, like, whenever you have, like, shootings, right? You have the school shooting, and people always make the argument of, we got to stop, like, publishing and publicizing the shooters' names because they're getting the attention. It's kind of like, we now live in a world where every single human being with a phone is a media member now.
Yeah, that's right.
The name's going to get out. You're not going to stop it anymore.
No, you can't.
No.
You really can't.
If there's a video, it's going to get out.
And, they say that many of these, and I do believe that probably some of them do want the notoriety. They even though many of them kill themselves, right? Suicide after the homicide,
right?
And then the thinking is they want to be remembered and talked about, which they probably do. And I understand the argument. I used to be a big supporter of the idea. Don't mention who they are. Right. Don't give them any publicity. Don't read their, what do they call them? Their manifestos. Right. Don't do any of that. But then, as time has gone on, I think, well, it's. I used this phrase earlier today. The genie's out of the bottle. Yeah. The cat's out of the bag, and Pandora's out of her box. On that, it's like, and as Tanner just said, with the way social media is, you're gonna see these videos and read these manifestos. They're going to get out, so it's I don't even know how you can control it.
We grew up in an age of much more innocence in the context of shootings. And the first one I remember is the one in the Texas. What's his name? Charles Whitman or something. I can't remember. I think that's his name. And the tower up in the University of Texas and started firing at people. That's the first one I remember. That was kind of like, it was an eye opener. Like, that just doesn't happen in this country. Beyond the obvious assassinations we had with Kennedy and Martin Luther King and RFK, that's the magnitude of those events speak for themselves. But beyond that, that was the first shooting I remember. Like,
this one says Kirk is currently scheduled to come to the University of Minnesota campus at Northrop on the 22nd of this month. Right? He was supposed to be here in the Twin Cities, so he's on probably some kind of a tour of some sort. So.
Yeah.
So that's the story. My guess is Big Ticket will keep you posted and updated.
Right. Sure.
On what's happening there. What else I wanted to ask you about? We talked about the Kaprizov thing. So, yeah. So will you be watching 9:30 on? Is it Saturday night Gophers, or they play Friday night?
I'll watch the game. Absolutely. I want to see how it's because at least we got a football game this week. I mean, it's. I think the Gophers either 2-point favorites or underdogs. I'm not even sure, but it's pretty much of a toss-up type game. And the first really good test for PJ's team this year, going Cal, Cal. So we got Saturday night football and we have Sunday night football.
Yeah. You like this Gophers club, don't you?
Well, I hope to. This is not going to be, necessarily. Certainly wouldn't be a signature win, but certainly be a big one for him.
You like this I club too, I think.
I like him a lot more. We're waiting to hear Harrison Smith apparently talk today, and it's still it said it's a physical ailment. That's all he talked about, and I still get the sense he's not going to be ready. I have zero idea.
Why are they being so?
Well, because they don't have to list it on the injury report.
So it's HIPAA, maybe.
It might be. Yeah,
I didn't want to say it.
We heard from the coach a little bit earlier, Darisaw. I mean, I listened to Gessling today earlier. I think Darisaw plays, and Harrison Smith probably will not play, and we'll go from there. It'd be an exciting night at the old U.S. Bank Stadium. I heard PA on with Alan Roach, the voice of God at the U.S. Bank. Of course, the offense is going to get introduced before the.
Oh, heck yeah!
They got the new video.
Number 9, and the crowd will erupt.
Yeah, save him for last.
Yeah, I think you know what. This is what my sources tell me. He's also going to blow the Gallahorn.
He may as well.
He's going to blow the Gallahorn and be introduced at the same time.
Remember when Kirk O'Chains came out there and had his shirt off and did that? They should have him do it. He's back in town. He's not doing anything else.
Wow.
He might as well blow the Gallahorn again.
Yeah.
Blew his career. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Turning on him.
Very controversial Mark Rosen today.
I like Kirk.
My guess is you'll be back tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
We got Spread Spring at 1:30.
Right.
Try to pay attention.
We'll see you tomorrow then at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Tanabe, thanks for having me.
Hey, great job.
You as well. We enjoyed our visit with you today. We're back tomorrow at 12 noon. Stick around. Big Tick and JG. They're next year on The Fan.
Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good night, Minnesota. And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
Stop settling for weak sound. It's time to level up your game and bring the boom. Hit the town with the ultra-durable LG X Boom portable speaker and enjoy vibrant sound wherever you go. Elevate your listening experience to new heights because, let's be real, your music deserves it. The future of sound is now with LG X Boom. And for a limited time, save 25% at LG.com with code FALL25. Bring the boom. X Boom.
Come on, why is this taking so long? This thing is ancient.
Still using yesterday's tech? Upgrade to the ThinkPad X1 Carbon. Ultra-light, ultra-powerful, and built for serious productivity. With Intel Core Ultra processors, blazing speed, and AI-powered performance, it keeps up with your business, not the other way around.
Whoa, this thing moves.
Stop hitting snooze on new tech. Win the tech search at Lenovo.com. Lenovo. Unlock AI experiences with the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, so you can work, create, and boost productivity all on one device.
This is Jacob Goldstein from What's Your Problem? Business software is expensive, and when you buy software from lots of different companies, it's not only expensive, it gets confusing, slow to use, hard to integrate. Odoo solves that because all Odoo software is connected on a single affordable platform. Save money without missing out on the features you need. Odoo has no hidden costs and no limit on features or data. Odoo has over 60 apps available for any needs your business might have, all at no additional charge. Everything from websites to sales to inventory to accounting, all linked and talking to each other. Check out Odoo at odoo.com. That's odoo.com.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.